Guys, can you hear me? All right, my my microphone wasn't on. I'm sorry about that. I cut the music and I was like, "All right, guys, you ready?" And I didn't nobody answered. And I was like, "Oh no, what happened?" But I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so let me make sure I get the chat up for both. The only chat that will be on screen, by the way, will be the Twitch chat. That's just a weird Twitch terms of service thing. I'm sure the people on Twitch know that. But hello, everyone. Are you ready? All right. Stream looks good on my end. My body is ready. My body is ready too, but not my real body. My VTuber body. Is the audio too high? By the way, guys, I upped the gain. But let me know if it's like a little too much. All right, cool. Well, with that said, I'm gonna do a little countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So, I'm here. I'm just in the corner currently. So we're gonna do a little model review for you guys, and then I'll start with the debut itself, the lore. Um, the lore of my VTuber character. This is a lot of this is so new to me, by the way. I just got into VTuber stuff like literally like in the past 6 months, so I'm it's been a lot learning like what goes into a debut. I am what people would call an indie VTuber, despite already having like the following on YouTube and all that. However, yeah, it's just me. So putting together a debut with just me has been quite tedious. So I'm doing what I can. I got stuff planned later on, like a manga and a lore video, like a one-shot manga, not like a whole like a, not a whole ass manga. But a lot of things planned. It takes time. I'm also doing long form content over on Sakura Stardust, so it's a lot. Also, huge shout out to Blame It on George for modding. This has been this is my first time streaming on two platforms, and it's been a bit hectic and stressful. Oh yes, the Yoshi. Yoshi is like my comfort character, so I needed to have two Yoshis matching the color of my character. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, she's a little camera shy. I'm also trying to figure let me look okay, yeah, the background's fine. There is a white bar on YouTube and I'm like, "Wait, no, that's just the timeline on the bottom, so we're good." All right, guys. How do people usually do this, from the top or the bottom? I don't know. Um, but here. Hello. It is I. Do 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 do. Hello. Yay! I am small. Canonically small, actually. All right, let's do a little more. Do 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 do. Yippee! You guys are very sweet, thank you. I think I'm quite cute myself. I love the ears. All right, phase 3. Do 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 do. She is an elf. Well, she's a fairy. She does have legs. And even beyond that, Hello, everyone! Sakura Stardust Fortnite skin reel. It was written. The shirt's cute, right? Hello. Hello, everyone. It is I. My very first VTuber model. Oh, wait, I keep forgetting I gotta look at the mocap to actually track the... My very first VTuber model. Thank you, everyone. Yep, she's now found media. Thank you. Yeah, I did the redesign myself. We'll get into who did the model and the rigging itself in a bit, because, you know, we got to give credit where credit is due. However, the design, yeah, I did the design. I wanted to revive. She used to be my YouTube mascot, and I wanted to revive her in a meaningful way. So here we are. Yes, hopefully this fairy will bring us... Wait, hold up, hold up. Hopefully I can find Go for a Punch. But I don't know. Because, you know, the OP said it traumatized him, so... Do I really want to find it? But yeah, no, I don't know if Go for a Punch is real, but if it is, by gosh. Yeah, let me find a good place to put her. This has been such a learning curve, by the way. Between learning how to like work OBS on 2 different platforms, between the VTuber rigging and just learning how to configure that and do all that. My goodness, it's been a process. Making long form content on top of them, like, oh my god. Canonically, who's bigger, you or the Yoshi plush? I'm bigger. We'll get to my canonical size. Oh, hold up. I have like a video game mix playing in the background, or supposed to be. Hold on. Let me go find that. There we go. Tell me if this is too loud, guys. I don't want random silence. Okay, that's a little loud. There we go. How about that? The wide eyes there. I love that expression. That one might be my favorite. Let's do a little model tour. Like, again, I'm new to the whole VTuber scene, but I'm assuming when you reveal a model, you go through all the things she can do. So let's look at the expressions. So first one we got, angry. I'm mad. This is me when people gatekeep and hoard lost media. Grrr, I'm angry. You can also, well, we'll get there. This one's sad. Like, oh no. Why are you gatekeeping that? Why are you gatekeeping the lost media? Don't hoard it. That's not cool. Then we got happy. Yay! I'm so happy they found, Fist of the North Star, that was cool. I was trying to think of something recent that was found. I'm trying to go with the lost media theme here still. Alright, and the next one is this one. I am shocked. I just witnessed Go for a Punch in all its glory, and oh my gosh, I'm traumatized. That 4chan poster, they were right. But yeah, and I can mix and match them, so I can be like happy and shocked, like a little yandere looking, not gonna lie, but yeah, there's that. I can also be happy and like tears, like, oh my god, thank you for all the gift subs, or I don't know, I'm happy about something and I'm tearing up. Wait, no. Thank you for being here for my debut. Like, for real though, thank you. That actually genuinely means a lot. Let's see, yeah. Default sad, I can be angry and sad, I think? Yeah, so I'm like enraged. I'm going through different stages of grief over here. What else can we do? I can't do angry and happy, but that makes sense. Angry and sad. Angry and nope. I can't do, yeah, so you can mix a couple of them. She's got a wide range here. This one's probably my favorite. You can make her smile. I gotta fix the perimeters or whatever it's called, because you can make her smile in addition, like this too. Yeah, you can make her smile and have the wide eyes there, and I just love this expression so much. Hang on, I'm still learning the buttons to like do this. By the way, I'm not a pro here. I'm very new to the VTubing world. Very new. Okay, but I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you guys are here. That means so much to me. Alright. This is so much fun, thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I have always, like real talk here, I've always have had the worst anxiety when it comes to like streaming and just social interaction in general. I'm still very nervous. Like, this is my first VTuber stream and I want it to go right, but this is a lot easier. This is a lot easier than streaming on camera. Like, genuinely. Like, this is a lot of fun. Alright, let's see. Oh, chat. Chat. The chat's not on screen. That's weird. Let me check. Boop. There we go. I am sorry about that. Oh my god. I spent all night configuring all this stuff. There should be alerts up for Twitch specifically too. If you want to see the YouTube chat, you have to go on YouTube, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's just a terms of service thing, according to what I read last night. I mean, I just want to follow the rules. I want to start off right, you know. But here, there we are. You guys like the background, by the way? It was made by the same person who, did the model and the rigging. So, we'll get to that shortly. Just making sure everyone's in here. Let me check Twitch again, make sure it's good. Chat cameo. Yay, thank you. I'm glad you guys like the background. We got, I wanted to have a very media archival theme. So, like, VHS tapes on the side, and then the old CRT TV, the old Mac computer on the right. And later on, this is something I don't know how to do just yet, but later on I want to try and, like, with the posters on the wall, because, like, if you see my posts on socials and such, I do want to make this a space to celebrate lost media in a positive way. So I want to kind of maybe put posters of the topics we're discussing each day when I stream in the background over there. We'll get into that more, but I do want to, like, primarily I am a lost media, lost wave, internet mystery type VTuber, but we're going to do other things like gaming and reacting to stuff, perhaps. Maybe we can do a spooky video reaction stream around Halloween. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here. My main channel, like, while I do talk about lost media quite a bit, I just want to be more involved in the community again, you know? Like, I mean, there's a lot of lost media out there and a lot of things to talk about, but not a lot of it warrants long-form content, unfortunately. So I really wanted to think of a way to get back into the lost media community more so. And yeah, the VTuber just kind of came along. No, we have to make sure no stream is lost. The only one that's lost is the one I did on accident yesterday. And we can talk about that now because the model's here. The model's revealed. I accidentally Um, gosh, I was testing multi-streaming, and I didn't know if you click the little Twitch and YouTube icons, they would just go live without warning. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And for 17 seconds, you guys, like 100 people or 97, I think exactly, saw me mumbling to myself and like practicing the voiceover and stuff. So those people got early access to how the model looks. There was a bit of a leak there. But wait, no, you didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. I swear. Stream yesterday? What stream yesterday? There wasn't a stream yesterday. Nah, there wasn't a stream yesterday. There was no stream embossing, say. Cannibalistic apple, you didn't see nothing. You didn't see nothing. As far as regular, like, I know people stream Lost Media stuff every now and then. A lot of my friends in the community do that. Um, I I won't have the same format as them, really. But I just want a platform that just celebrates Lost Media in a healthy way. We're not going to talk about like NSFL stuff. We're not going to talk about things that are unethical or promote tragedy. We're not going to do that. We're not also guys. We're not doing any elitism in Lost Media here. We're not like saying one specific topic's better than another because one's like a kid show or one's like some specific thing that's more important historically. Listen. My motto is, if it's important to you, then it matters. That's it. I just want to celebrate everybody's favorite Lost Media. Everyone has their own niche thing that makes them happy. So if it makes them happy and it didn't hurt anyone and there's no toxicity involved, I mean, there's sometimes toxicity involved in searches and stuff. Like, I can't really get around those. But if the topic itself is something that's nice and it means something to somebody, I'm going to talk about it. No matter how, like, popular it is or like not popular it is. I just want to celebrate media preservation no matter what it is. Even if it's just some like niche commercial or a day with SpongeBob or just even though that doesn't exist. You get my point. If it's important to somebody, I will talk about it as long as it's not awful and horrendous and tragic. And what I mean by that is if it involves like real people and it like endangers real people in some way, if that makes sense. Like Saki Sanobashi, yeah, that's considered grotesque in its subject matter. But the anime in itself, like the supposed lost anime, that's not hurting anyone. Like as long as there's a lot of people in the search team that were toxic early on and like making up stuff. But what I mean is like, if you like Saki Sonobashi and that's your piece of Lost Media, that's your like mythical pull there. Like that's the thing you want more than anything. That's cool. That's awesome, and we can talk about that. But what I mean really with the elitism thing, like don't say like things don't matter because they're like from kid shows or they don't matter because you specifically don't like this specific thing. Like everything matters. Everything is cool. If that makes sense. I just want I just want this to be a positive space. I just want it to be positive and not the Lost Media community can get a little rowdy and I just don't want to highlight the negative elements. I just want to celebrate everything. Anyways, we should get this debut on the road. I do actually have stuff like put together. It's not going to be professional like one of those big company VTubers. It's not going to be like that. I don't have like a whole like anime opening or anything planned, but I do have some things regarding my character's lore. I have we have the contest winners. I have those ready. That was kind of a I don't know what's wrong with OBS, but I couldn't get the photos of the actual art to pull up in the little slideshow I made. So I'm going to have to pull them up online to show you who won. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, but I got the winners together. Everyone's gonna be credited for their winning. I actually we'll get there. I don't want to get lost in the sauce here, and I I have trouble focusing. I'll go from one tangent to another. I'm sorry. I am drinking water. You just can't see it. And to those asking how I'll pick topics for the Lost Media, I do have posts I'll post periodically on my Twitter, my Instagram, on the YouTube page, the community page. Those will be up, and whatever one you prefer, whatever platform you prefer, just I'm gonna just have like a little call to action and be like, hey, I'm gonna discuss Lost Media this next stream. What do you think I should talk about? And just give me whatever your favorite topic is, whatever you're really interested in right now, whatever you think would be fascinating, whatever it is. I would love to see it. And yeah, like, yeah, if it's cartoon, I know a lot of people love cartoon Lost Media. I do too. Like, I love, gosh, I can't think of anything offhand, but like, I have a lot of different Lost Media topics I'm super into, like, no matter what, like, niche they're in. And they can get pretty niche. Anyways, let me check. Obscure samples used in rap songs. That's a really cool one. I was looking into that. Someone actually suggested that in my last post I made asking for like Lost Media topics. We can get into that later. There's one from like a MF Doom track, I believe. And yeah, Levanteros, I believe is your name. NSFL, like, I think that's a really broad term, but as far as NSFL, I mean, like, actual real-life tragedy and things that shouldn't really be found, if you know what I mean. Like, things that... I don't want to exploit tragedy or a real event that's genuinely awful and tragic, if that makes sense. If it's, like, a gory anime, like, that's fine. Like, Fist of the North Star, Saki. We can talk about that. It's just, like, the really... You know, the stuff that shouldn't be exploited or used for entertainment. Like, I'm sure you guys know what I mean. It's really like I keep saying it's a very NSFL is a very wide category, at least on like the LMW and stuff. So like it's really a case per case basis, but anything that deals with any real tragedy I probably won't talk about. If it has historic value, like footage of a historic event, I'll have to look at it and see if it's like appropriate. It's really a case per case basis, I guess. Would you consider investigating who worked on an ex-NES game under the pseudonym Lost Media Topic? Wait, let me reread that. Sorry, let me reread that. Would you consider investigating who worked on an ex-NES game under a pseudonym Lost Media? I'd have to see the actual topic. I know Lost Media and Lost Wave in itself, like, it really depends on what it is, because some internet mysteries can count as Lost Media. Like, if you guys have heard of the Tape World monster... Like, that's technically, like, it's a lost piece from a cutout from a thing advertising a movie. It's very interesting, but technically, like, the image itself of the cutout is kind of lost media. So, like, we can stretch those boundaries. It just really, it just depends. I just gotta look at it and see. And yeah, I am YOLO Monkey, yeah, like, stuff like that. Nah, we ain't going there. We ain't going there, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. First time chat, Shane Sims 116. Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys like the model. Speaking of which, we should probably get into who made the model. We gotta give credit where credit's due, because they did an amazing job on it. Let me change my scene here. I have scenes now, which is new for me. Every time I've streamed in the past without the VTuber, like just me, I just never had scenes. It was a train wreck. Anyways, boop. Now we are in web browsing mode. Oh wait, that's the music mix I'm playing. Hang on. let me change the tabs. I don't want to accidentally spoil anything too. Also, you can hear the music, right, guys? It's like a drum and bass mix, like a low poly drum and bass music mix. A little quiet. Okay. I was worried because I tend to have a quiet voice, but with the VTuber thing, I gotta kind of enunciate more, which carries my voice more naturally. Um, so I'm just kind of used to making music really low. But let me fix that. Also, I want to say, I used to stream on Streamlabs, and this is my first time using OBS. Like, as a main streaming platform. This is nice. Like, I didn't know that Streamlabs paywalls so much stuff. Desktop audio. Alright, I'm gonna turn up just a little bit. Silent? Okay. How about now? Let me know if you can't hear me actually talk, though, because... like I said, I kinda have a quiet voice, usually. And by the way, I see people suggesting Lost Media topic stuff in the chat a little bit. Please put that in my posts because, like I said, I have a hard time multitasking and, I gotta, I'm probably gonna forget it. I mean, I will say, oh, that's really interesting and I'll want to look into it more, but then I'll immediately forget, you know. So, just, I have a post up now if you look on any of my socials. I'll pop them up right here. By the way, I have them in this Be Right Back screen. Whoops, I'm sorry guys. I muted the wrong audio. Let me see. So what did I do over here? Okay, yeah. That screen right there is just showing you guys my socials. I was trying to mute the music instead. So, yeah. I'm sorry about that. I knew there was gonna be some kind of hiccup. I'm so clumsy and I'm not very used to streaming. I'm more used to making long form content slowly and tediously and meticulously. So thank you guys. Thank you for, you know, bearing with me. You guys are so sweet. I will. I'll embrace the silliness. Or just hanging out here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Anyone expecting perfection from anything, it's just, that's, you know, that's a rough road to go down on. We gotta accept the imperfections, you know. Embrace the chaos, yes. Yes. Embrace the chaos. But yeah, let's get into the actual debut. Let me switch scenes. So first and foremost, I do want to credit the person who made this model, the background, and did the rigging. All three of it. It was all of them. I don't know if they're in here right now, however. Let me move over here. Let me switch scenes and see if that looks good. That I'm behind the chat. Hang on. Here I am. Yay! Alright, anyways. I know most people have a PowerPoint with this kind of stuff, usually, but, yeah, I tried to do that, and it didn't turn out very good. So, we're just gonna do it this way. And I don't think I really need a professional debut anyways, because I'm not, like, backed by a big company promoting me, and I don't have, like, thousands of people watching. So, you know, I prefer the more chill, less polished vibe, I guess. Alright, so, Let me just move around this browser. So this model, my background and the rigging was made by Vasin on what was that? VGen. They have a VGen. This is them right here. Truly, truly nothing but respect and just gratitude for how well they made this model. I gave them my original sketch. I specifically said, and this is something that's kind of different for like V2 models. I wanted more of a like 90s anime aesthetic, like kind of a vintage Sailor Moon, Marmalade Boy, if you guys are familiar with that one. Just stuff like that, like a more vintage feel rather than a more modernized anime feel. And I was really, I spent a lot of time looking at who I think could do that successfully within my like range of like what I wanted to pay and what I wanted out of my first model essentially. And they went above and beyond. Like genuinely, this model is so much more than I expected when I first like started looking for riggers and people who could like make the model and such. Like I am beyond happy. Like exactly the aesthetic I was going for. She also has kind of a distinct eye and eye shape. Like she got the little stars in her eyes. She's got the cherry blossom bow. She's got a lot of very distinct details that I wanted to make sure were done correctly. And Vasin did amazing. Truly an amazing job on this model. I am so happy. Like I didn't want my VTuber model to look like the traditional VTuber model. Like I wanted the more 90s art style, and yeah, I think I did it. And I know that's kind of hard to do because there's like those thin outlines and that kind of whimsical manga look is hard to adapt for a VTuber, at least I think from what I've like looked into. Like I imagine it would be, but they did an amazing job. So much love and appreciation. If you are looking into like any kind of art commissions, like or a V2 model yourself, like I would absolutely recommend them. Like genuinely beyond happy. But anyways, hang on, I'm trying to find what web browser I'm on. Okay. But yeah, no, they do great work. Here's their VGen, if you guys ever want to commission anything. Like, genuinely, like, I am so happy with this commission. I had a lot of notes for how I wanted this model to look, and they did amazing. Like, they took every note I had and, like, understood it. They knew the assignment. Anyways, in addition to that, you may notice on Twitch, at least, my art, my icon is a little Sakura drawing. I didn't draw that. That was drawn by my my buddy, Luiko, a very talented artist. This is the oh gosh, I have to log in. This is the Sakura drawing that's in my icon on Twitch. On my socials as well, it's my main YouTube icon right now on my Sakura Stardust channel. And yeah, like this is a little, I haven't officially announced this yet, but I'm gonna have merch for that little for that drawing too in the near future. So look forward to that. Yeah, I definitely wanted a Sailor Moon style, like that wispy, like the OG Sailor Moon manga art style, not really the toy anime, but just like that, you know, that original, like early 90s shoujo anime style. But yeah, definitely follow her as well. Very talented artist, did a great job on my little Sakura drawing. And like I said, I'm gonna have a merch shop up soon. It'll be a little bit. I've been so busy, as you can probably tell, between long form content, getting merch prepared, and the VTuber stuff. So yeah, no, I will let you guys know. I do have a separate account for my art and my merch stuff now, because I'm also gonna sell, like, I made these little meowl stickers. You can see those on my Instagram. I'm gonna be selling those too, like the little cat with the owl body, that meme. But I won't show you that now because I'll break the illusion of my character, because that my Instagram has, you know, photos of the real person piloting the ship here. But anyways, yeah, no, definitely follow Luiko too. Next. All right, so next we're going to go to my my silly little introduction my introduction slideshow here. Let me make sure I'm not in the way of it. I am. Give me a minute. There we go. I think that's good. Yay! All right. Let me take a look at the stream. Let me move the chat a little bit, make it a little smaller maybe. Oops, not that. All right. And if you're here for the if you are here for the there we go. Sorry, I cannot multitask at all. If you are here for also the announcement of the winner of the Draw This In Your Style contest, we'll be getting to that after this little presentation. So, anyways. Hello everyone, my full name of my VTube character is Hoshizora Sakura. Hoshizora means starry sky, Sakura means obviously Sakura, like a cherry blossom. So it fits with the Sakura Stardust channel theme, but actually like a name. You can also call her Sakura Star, and she also goes by Hoshi for short. So if you just want to call her Hoshi, I also think Hoshi's kind of cute because I have Yoshis in the background of my background, and I love Yoshis. They're my comfort character, so. Anyways, here's the basics. Hoshizora Sakura, Hoshi for short, she is 4'8". She is very short, 142 centimeters. And that is because she is a fairy, but not like a tiny fairy like Tinkerbell or something like that. She's small, but not like super tiny. Her birthday is April 3rd, perfect to go in line with Hanami season when the cherry blossoms come out. And her Oshi marker, her Oshi mark is the cherry blossom emoji and the sparkle emoji. I use it in the social media posts all the time. So that's her Oshi mark. Her official title, I have a little, I'll go more into her lore when I have like that little manga and the lore video down, but her official title is the Guardian of Recorded Lore. And it was passed down to her, or passed down to me, by the Great Fairy, and her duty is to protect and preserve recorded memories. And these memories are called media by humans. So it's her duty to help preserve and restore these memories and ensure they never become forgotten. Because as long as somebody remembers them, they're out there somewhere. Yeah, thank you for the comments on this beautiful painting. I was in a bit of a rush. I had a PowerPoint, I swear I had a PowerPoint, but for some reason it defaulted to the basic like Arial font in the white background and all my stuff was gone. I don't know why it didn't save. So I just made this in Procreate at the last minute. So yeah, thank you. Anyways, in addition to that, what else? Oh, the cherry blossom motif is also, it means a lot to her character. Because, or it means a lot, I gotta get into character, don't I? It means a lot to my character because cherry blossoms, they always come back in the spring, which symbolizes media that was once here, it went away, but at some point it returns and reemerges. Same with, it has, it has meaning to me personally too, as I like the cherry blossom symbolism. Because as somebody who has a chronic illness, cherry blossoms always come back, and no matter where I am at in life, I can always like work hard and come back and reemerge. And there's always like, there's always a bright side to look forward to, like despite like whatever things that are going on with my health and such. The perseverance of cherry trees and cherry blossoms always coming back, I've always thought was a really nice, kind of an inspiring symbolism there. But yeah, thank you for the love on the doodle. So she is the guardian of recorded lore, and it is her duty to come to the human realm and to help preserve all these human memories or media. Anyways, her likes. She loves, I love lost media and media preservation. I love to see things, no matter how niche or how silly someone may think they are, or whatever, regardless of the popularity of them, I love to see them become preserved and recovered. Media preservation is very important, regardless, as long as it's not something awful, like I said, like some kind of tragic event that shouldn't have been filmed, or recorded in any way. Um, if it's important to somebody, I think it needs to be preserved. And I think it's especially cool niche stuff that should be, because it shouldn't fall through the cracks. But that still goes for popular topics as well. Like, one of them that I really, really like is Slamfest 99. Slamfest 99, that's one of my favorite Lost Media topics, and I would love to see it, like, it's a very popular topic, but I would still love to see it preserved someday and, like, viewable once again. But Digital Lost Media is a weird one. Like, it could be out there, it could be completely gone. I hope it's out there still. But yeah, Sakura, I love Hoshizora Sakura, I love Lost Media and media preservation. I also love bringing positive attention to niche topics. So, niche, whether it's like a niche internet mystery, some niche Lost Wave song that's by some artist that, kind of like the most mysterious song in the internet, how that was made by an artist that kind of didn't receive a lot of recognition, and now they have recognition and have appreciation for what they created and brought forth into the world. I love that concept. I love bringing positive attention to niche topics, which goes hand in hand with Lost Media and media preservation. I also love video games. So while this is primarily a Lost Media channel, VTuber account, I guess, channel, while I'm primarily focused on Lost Media, I will be playing video games every now and then. One of the games I'm really, really into right now is Coral Island. It's a farming sim. A friend of mine got me into it, and I've been like, whenever I'm working during the day, all I can think about is finishing the work so I can go play Coral Island. I genuinely love Coral Island. There's a lot of other games we'll play though too. I have a capture card so we can play console games, we can play PC games, a lot of stuff. We'll play games too. So if you don't want to hear Lost Media like 100% of the time, don't worry, I'll alternate, and there'll be other things we'll do. We'll also like watch videos, and we'll do other things. It's not always going to be like Lost Media centric, but there will always be that place in my streams for that during like the week or whatnot. Anyways, I also really love 80s and 90s tech and aesthetics, as you can see from my background, or when you saw my background. I love cassette tapes, the VHS aesthetic, CRT TVs, just anything that was from the 80s and early 90s, neon, like aerobics fits, like just anything like that. I just love. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. And yeah, anime and animation in general, I'm also a big fan of, and manga, of course. My favorite anime, gosh, I have a lot. I already name dropped Marmalade Boy. That's one of my favorites. I've just always had a sweet spot for Marmalade Boy. Cardcaptor Sakura. I'm a big JoJo fan. Stardust Crusaders is probably my favorite part still. And you can probably tell how I got my original YouTube channel named Sakura Stardust by name dropping those. I love 80s anime and manga just in general. I love Tokimeki Tonight is the manga specifically is one I really like. Let's see. City Hunter. I like City Hunter a lot. I am not the demographic for City Hunter, but I am a big fan of City Hunter. I just love the 80s aesthetic of that one specifically. There's a lot more I have on my anime list, and maybe we'll go through that sometime during a stream. I've also wanted to do another anime tier list stream, so we can do that with Sakura here in the future. I like animation in general. I'm a big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Gosh, I was watching Futurama for a bit. Just like anything, like just animation in general. It doesn't have to be Japanese animation. Is my point. Yeah, I mean that's about it. Oh, and part 7 of JoJo. I am excited. Steel Ball Run is not my favorite. I'm gonna have to stop myself quickly before I go on the JoJo tangent. But, oh no, I'm on sad mode. I'm sorry. Ah! I just get so teared up. I just get so. I just get so worked up when I talk about anime, especially JoJo. I just love JoJo so much. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to map those to different buttons eventually. However, yeah, I'm very excited for Steel Ball Run. It's not my favorite part. I did drop it. I did read the manga up until the end of Steel Ball Run, and I started JoJolion, or JoJo Lion. I forgot what it's actually called. It's been years. I'm not a fan of Part 8, and I have not touched Part 9 at all, really. I just know the concept of it, which sounds silly and wacky, as most JoJo, plots are. But yeah, no, Steel Ball Run, like, it looks great. And, a lot of people say it is the best part, the best JoJo part, and I can see that. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely a really well-written story. But yeah, before we go into the JoJo, go on a JoJo tangent, I'm very prone to doing that. We can have a JoJo stream later on it. Maybe we can watch Steel Ball Run together. I don't know if that's plausible, copyright and whatnot, but I'll look into it. Do Polnareff's pose? Oh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know, Jeremiah. Do you mean when he's like standing sideways? Like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if anyone can do that. Hey Joy Specific, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, someone said I look like Lum's sister, and I love Urusei Yatsura, so that means so much to me. I'm going on the anime tangent again. I really like Rumiko Takahashi works. I love Mai Zanikoku, I love Ranma. Urusei Yatsura. I kind of fell off around Inuyasha. Inuyasha was I loved Inuyasha as a younger, like a middle schooler. But as far as my favorites now, I definitely prefer the 80s ones. I really want to read One Pound Gospel. If you guys have heard of that one, it's a more niche. I think there's an OVA, but the manga, it's a Rumiko Takahashi manga, and it's about a boxer, and it's like a love story between a boxer and a nun. And it looks really cute. And I love like that 80s aesthetic to it too. It has like old early Rumiko Takahashi work. So I'm at some point I'll get into that. Kagami no Ki, I've never heard of that. I might have, it's not ringing a bell. Anyways, let's get back to this. But as you can see, I really like anime. Mascot, we do have a mascot we're gonna be plug-in at some point. I'm not gonna reveal anything about it just yet, but there's a little silhouette that I crudely drew about it, regarding it, of its form, its shape, and we'll get to that at some point in the future. I'll release it on my socials, and at some point during like streams, we'll see it around too. But that's about it. You'll have to just you won't get the full story just yet. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have the merch shop coming soon. I already kind of plugged that. It's Sakura Star Supply Co. If you look on Instagram, I haven't made a Twitter just yet, but I have stuff coming, and I'm gonna have a small drop pretty soon. I wanted to do a Halloween drop, but I don't think I had the time for that, but I will have a very small, like, fall-themed sticker, and I want to do, like, seasonal stuff moving forward. And I do also want to do drops related to content on my main channel. Like, for example, I am working on a 2chan iceberg, like a 2chan iceberg explained, and I'm thinking of making stickers based around different Japanese internet mysteries, like Jeff the Killer sticker or Hitogata sticker, but they're modeled to look cute, like Sanrio characters, kinda, like just in a more kawaii way. Kawaii Kusasete was another one I wanted to draw, like the Saki Sanabashi girl with the Hime cut, just stuff like that. I thought would be really fun, so keep an eye out for you know, stuff like that. Let's see what else we got. The art hashtag. So I noticed, I didn't make an art hashtag yet, so this is not for the art contest, that's long past. I may host another one in the future, we'll see. But hashtag Sakura Star with a T at the end. So you see what I did there. Sakura Start. So Sakura Star and with a T at the end, it's Sakura Star and also art. So that's my art tag, Sakura Start. If you ever want to post fan art, and I will, you know, promote the fan art. This is a fan art related thing, not a contest thing. I may add a spicy tag later. I'm considering the idea of that for Sakura. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I don't know yet. Anyways, contest winner time, guys. Are you ready? I don't know if y'all are present if everyone is not present, like I don't think everyone is present, but how do I put this? I'm gonna post on social media regarding like who won also, like later on. So don't you worry, like whoever won is gonna, like, they're gonna hear about it. Anyways. I just need some water. And yeah, Kawaii Jeff the Killer, be ready. Alright guys, contest winners. So this is the thing I was saying, where the photos wouldn't load, so I had to like redo everything. But let's do a little. So third place, drum roll. It's a tie. There's 2 third place winners, and if you recall, the third place winners will get shouted out on stream and in a video, like on a main channel video on Sokka to Stardust, as well as they will get 1 sticker. So I'll reach out to them, and the sticker designs will be released soon. And I'll probably let the winners choose, by the way. Anyways, first third place. This goes to Mac the Mac on Instagram. This I love so much. It is very 80s manga. I just love, like, it captures the pastel 80s theme so well. And yeah, it's very cute. So yeah, that is the first third place. Second third place is by Gilbert Gustavo. Sorry, I had to take a minute to make sure I read that correctly. This is the second third place, and I love just the scratchy manga aesthetic of this. And when I did look into, when I was searching to see who the, when I was looking into and researching every entry, I did look a bit at the art the people who are entering were posting on their account mainly. And this person does some really cool, like really super cool, like scratchy manga aesthetic art. So yeah, this one's the other third place. It was a tie, because these two are so beautifully unique. It really draws out the, you know, the art style of the individual person, but it's still the character. Like, the thing, what I really wanted to make sure I considered is not the art proficiency as much as the art style and how well they brought Sakura to life. If I looked at it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's her, like, you know, stuff like that. If they got the details, like, they're like, oh, they get the outfit, they get the aesthetic of her, like, they get what she's about. So, like, these two, they're very different art styles, but they absolutely, like, got the outfit down. They got, like, her vibe totally down. So here are the third place winners. Also, if you guys didn't see it, there's a little surprise in this one too, if you look really closely right here. But yeah, there's third place. And if they're not in the chat, you all will, I'll DM you in a bit. Whoops. Make sure I'm just checking. Yeah, very good art. Genuinely, it was so hard for me to select a winner. Genuinely. Like, or at least, I couldn't even do a top 3 because, like, everyone was so genuinely, there was so much genuinely good art and so many talented artists. I got over 60 entries. And I still want to make, like, a little short compiling all of them on my social medias to thank everyone. Like, I cannot believe the amount of talent you all had. Like, it was insane. But yeah, no, the very talented artists. These are third place, and the next two, second and first, are one person. So let's get back into that. Oh no, my throat. Anyways. Let's see. So, second place goes to Ahoge-tan or Yum Yum's new. This one's amazing. I'm gonna, like, flat out, this one's so good. But I wanted to be fair and only consider one image. I just wanted, because I know they drew one and there was other people who made them move and such. I did not want that to be, I just wanted it to be fair, and I wanted to judge it based on solely on the art and not on multiple images. Like this glitch one is so cool, and it fits her aesthetic so well, and it's so good, but I wanted to be fair and only consider one image, so I considered the base form one, which is also very good. I love the comic aesthetic. I love the pose. That's not an easy pose to draw. The outfit is spot on. Well, another thing I really wanted to consider is like if they got the outfit right, and they got the skirt right, they got the fishnets correct, they got the looseness of the sweater, they got down perfectly. Like, it's so good. It's so good. So yes, second place goes to Ahogetan and Yum Yum's new on Twitter. So yes, congratulations. It's so good. I love this glitch art. It's so like Windows XP-esque almost, and the little like the little Sakuras and the stars. Oh, it's so good. And the eye missing. I love it. And this is another one where it's not the exact art style of the model or the character sheet. It's definitely the unique art style of the artist, but you can still see it's her. And that's so cool. And they got the eye details down and everything. Like, it's so good. All right, you guys ready for first place? I think, yeah. Here's a close-up of this one, by the way, because the images are kind of small. But it's so good, and I only judged this one. Like, as much as I wanted to consider both, like, I just wanted it to be fair, so you know. Yeah, the error data is cool. But yeah, congratulations. That is second place. They will get, I believe it's 2 stickers. I'll have to check the rules again. So I'll reach out to them after the contest and after the stream. Anyways, first place goes to Pikavamp Commissions. I believe their account is Pikachu Girl something. Let me double check that. You're gonna see the unpolishedness of this. Hang on. Okay, her actual account, or their actual account, apologies, is Pikachu Girl 140. So huge congratulations to first prize, which goes to Pikachu Girl 140 on Twitter. And here it is. This is first prize, and it's for a number of reasons. Like I said, I didn't want to consider, 2 things I really wanted to make sure I didn't consider were art proficiency to an extent, as well as how many followers like the person had. I didn't want to base it on popularity also, because there's a lot of really, really talented artists out there who, you know, deserve a lot more attention, and I just wanted to be fair on that regard. That aside, this specific piece captures Sakura so well. The eye shape is perfect. The bow is something like I just always wanted her to have a big, poofy, fluffy Sakura petal bow, and this one captures it so well. The details of the skirt itself, it's so good. Like, it has the texture of the sweater. Not that the detail itself is what I'm considering, but rather that it is exactly the outfit I had in mind for Sakura when I was drawing out the character sheet. It is definitely their style, but it's still her, and I think that is so wonderful. Every last detail is so lovely. The pose is so cute. The hair is wonderful. The hair color is so lovely. I love the pastel green, that specific shade. It's very, the gloss of the hair, like everything is just so good to me. But yeah, again, yeah, like, it was so hard to choose. Like, there are so many talented artists in this contest. Like, it was, oh my goodness. It was, I spent a lot of time mulling over all of them. And I'll do an honorable mentions post too, but it was so hard. It was so hard to choose. So many talented people. But yeah, Pikachu Girl, oh my god, I'm sorry. Pikachu Girl 140 is the first place winner. Here is the post. The detail of the face is just so lovely. Like, yeah, this is the one where I looked at, I was like, oh, that's Sakura, that's her. But yeah, guys, that's it. That is all. Those are the winners. And I was gonna do a top 3 originally, but I just couldn't. I couldn't. So third place is a tie, like I said. So a little recap: tie between third place. Gilbert Gustavo as well as Mac the Mac got third place. Holgetan or Yum Yum's Neo got second place because I had to specifically consider One Piece. One Piece is real. And then first place goes to Pikachu Girl 140 on Twitter. So thank you so much. I will reach out to you guys. Like I said, as far as prizes, once my stickers come in, I'll reach out to all the winners, of course, and then once the stickers come in, then I'll have them choose whatever ones they want and all that. Which I haven't announced the stickers yet or shown them publicly, so you guys will see that at some point in the future as well. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of... And yeah, no, I do want to do, I do want to do more, contests in the future. Probably when I do another merch drop or something. I just want to time around something. I thought I've always wanted to do a contest, and I thought the VTuber debut was like an ample opportunity. So, but I will do more in the future. I just don't know when. I'm so busy. I'm so busy with so many other things right now. So you know, I don't know yet, but I will in the future. Anyways, guys, now we come to the Lost Media Showcase portion of this stream. Let me make sure that was everything I wanted to do. And if you guys are just joining us, I do want to once again credit Vasin right here for doing the background, the rigging, and the model of Sakura right here, or Dahoshi. I gotta correct myself. And then my icon on Twitch, as well as my YouTube icon for Sakura Stardust, was done by Louiko. So that, once again, if you guys didn't catch that, I just want to make sure I give credit. Anyways, I don't know what music is playing right now. What the heck? Hang on. That is not the vibe.
Same thing?
Neither is that.
You know,
Oh man.
AT&T's best deal taught me anything.
No, skip the ad. Skip the ad. Okay, we good. Okay. So, we're gonna look at some Lost Media. Let me go ahead and find the post so we can go through that. Oh wait, then I'm gonna have to close that. Hang on. Let's actually, hang on. There we go. I forgot about the scenes. So I hope you guys are enjoying it so far, the debut stream. We're gonna take a look at some Lost Media topics, coming up. I just gotta find where I wrote them down. Wait, is the music playing? Yes. The song that was playing, let me take a look. It was a Jungle DMB mix. Like a PS2 Jungle DMB mix. Alright, let me get those topics from my post. Give me one moment. Oh golly, where is it? There we go. All right. So if you guys are kind of confused by what I mean by asking about like asking people like what lost media topics you want me to talk about and like where you can find that, so we're gonna go over here, and this is what I mean. So every now and then I'm going to do a post that is going to be like, hey, I want you to be a part of this. Please tell me what lost media you want me to talk about. And I already gave the whole spiel earlier about like no NSFL and all that. Like real life NSFL. If it's gory anime, like I said, like Saki Sanabashi, Fist of the North Star, like whatever, stuff like that, that's fine. But yeah. So we're gonna go through some topics, and I think for this first stream we're not gonna go through a whole lot because I already went through the the whole debut stuff, and I kind of want to dedicate an entire stream when I have a bit more time to discovering more lost media and discussing it with y'all. But let's go through some topics for now. So this is where I'll find them. You guys can post here. You guys can post on Twitter. You guys can post on Instagram as well, if that's your thing. But let's see. I don't remember which one I was gonna do first, dang. Hang on. You guys have any votes if you see any on screen that you want to do? Because there was one I saw and I was like, oh dang, I was gonna really look into that. This one I actually made a video on. It's a little too dark for the stream, unfortunately. I don't really want to focus, like I said, on NSFL stuff, but I do have an Instagram. Let me go pull that up for you guys. Well, let me switch scenes real quick. And David, I am going to be streaming why? I'm sorry, I have a bit of a headache right now. I'm going to be streaming. I'll have a schedule. I just haven't written it out yet. So, my goal is to maybe stream like two or three times a week to start. Maybe 4. We'll see. Every evening for a little bit. Also, hello, Nekomi. How are you? And I will probably like split it up. So like lost media streams, and then I'll do maybe a gaming stream, like a chill stream, reacting to funny videos or something. Hello, Majed loves you. How are you? But sorry, I lost my train of thought again. Yeah, I'm gonna have a schedule, just I don't have it out yet because I have to write a schedule for my main channel too, and I've just been very overwhelmed with a lot of things right now. Is now 23 comments. Let me go look. Let me refresh this. There was one I saw where I was like, oh, that would be a great topic for the stream, but I can't find it now. Can I sort them? Yeah. Alright, what'd you comment? Simpsons lost media? I'm sure there's a lot of that. And no one really upvoted anything, so I'm not really sure if there's a lot of... It doesn't matter, though. I'm just trying to pick one. Well, I'll show you guys my my Twitter post too. Let me remember which account I had it on. Thank you to the people saying they'll make as many streams as they can. Thank you so much. I'll get into the swing of things. And this is also why I do want to hype up my debut and do a lot of stuff for it also, because I just knew you know, I'm starting a new account and stuff, like on Twitch and on you know, all the other accounts aside from my like main account. So I know it's gonna take some time to work my way up. So I don't want to like make it a whole big thing, because I'm sure like my VTuber audience will find me as time goes on. And I am so appreciative to you guys for like helping me start the VTuber audience and be a part of that beginning. It's just, in general, it's just a very exciting thing, and I just know it's going to take some building up, especially with my, I have a bit of anxiety when I go on stream too, so I just gotta get used to that too. The Lost Sanrio anime, I think that was what, yeah, Leon-chan? That and the My Melody. I guess we can go over that today. We can go over Sanrio Lost Media, because the one I saw on Instagram and Twitter that I was trying to find had to do with Sanrio. It might have been the My Melody dub. I'm not sure entirely if it was that, but we can do that today. Let me just move my stuff around. Also, can you hear music still, or is YouTube doing some stuff in the background? Hang on. I should find a really large music mix and maybe get YouTube Premium, so, no, it's still going. We're good. Okay. Alright. Let me go switch things over. Alright, you guys can hear the music? Cool. I just don't want, like, awkward silence when I'm looking for stuff. I followed so many cool VTubers in the last week alone. I'm excited to see what comes. Thank you! That's very kind of you. My whole thing, I don't know if you came here from my main channel, but, hi Doni-chan, how are you? My whole thing is Lost Media and Internet Mysteries and Media Preservation. We can even browse the Lost Media subreddit, guys, if you want to do that too. And just like read some posts there. I'm really gonna have to compile the stuff people left, and I'm probably gonna stream again like very soon. So don't worry, I'm still gonna talk about stuff. I'm just trying to do this in a more organized way, and I've been so unorganized lately because I've been just like rushing to get so much done, and it's been so crazy. But yeah, I'm with this debut behind me now, like I'm a bit more relieved. 70s era Japanese bands and artists. The first I can think of is the Alfie and Candies. Those are two I can think of. I know there's a lot more. I just can't think of them right now, but there's a lot more, yeah. Let me move this over, and we're gonna go back to let's just browse some Lost Media. Let me get the Reddit up, the subreddit, and the wiki up. Those are the two big ones. Alright, here we are. Now let me close these that we got through already. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for games you want me to play, like I said before, I have PC, I have a PlayStation, Switch, whatever you think I should play, just let me know. I have quite a few games on Steam. I have, I got Silksong, and I got Silksong, and I haven't played it yet. I got, I've been just playing Coral Island constantly. It's a farming sim. It's like a farming sim done right for like an older demographic is how I would describe it if anyone's curious. I don't know. It's like Harvest Moon, but Harvest Moon if it was perfected for like an older audience. It just has so many quality of life features that are like just not in Harvest Moon, especially nowadays. So if you're a Harvest Moon lover, like I could not. I will stream that game for hours just to promote it. It's so good. Alright, let's move the music mix out, and here we go. So yeah, we'll just casually browse some like lost media on like the side and stuff, and we'll just go through what sounds interesting. I'll compile the comments and we'll talk about them in a few days. So just keep an eye out for that. Terraria? I've never played Terraria. Also, what isn't coming up when you search Sakura? Yume Nikki? Maybe. I've never been a big Yume Nikki person. I do know there's, has a big fan base. Ace Attorney, oh my goodness. Fiona and Kate cosplay. Ace Attorney that's a good one. That's a good idea. I'll go through these game recs. Sky Children of the Light? No, Sky Children of the Light. I'll look into that too. Silksong, like I never played Hollow Knight. I just got Silksong because it was so hyped up. So Kirby's a good one. I have the newest Kirby, I think. Microsoft Flight Simulator? I mean, I could try that too. We could even play those like train sims like Densha They Go maybe. Danganronpa, that's a good one. Try Hollow Knight first, okay. I haven't even opened Silksong yet. I have actually Solid Ellipsis. I have played the Famicom Detective games. Gosh, I played, well, not all of them. I played the how do I describe it without spoiling it? I played the first one chronologically, like in the remakes. I played that one a while ago and I enjoyed it. So I mean, I could definitely like. It's a very old school like visual novel type game, but it's definitely very enjoyable and it'll probably be fun to play on stream. And Ace Attorney too. Ace Attorney would slap. Honestly, I'm a big Ace Attorney fan. Superliminal. I'll look into that. And Yoshi, we could play a Yoshi game too, yeah. I mean, that would fit the theme. I just realized what happened to the hand. Hang on. I had a hand. There was like a floating hand petting the Yoshi, but it's gone now. What the heck? Oh my god. I didn't take it off, and I couldn't figure out how to take it off, so I just left it there, and now it's just gone. Oh well, I'll bring it back someday. Emio? I've been wanting to play that. And I think it's genuinely so cool that they made a new Famicom Detective game. Sakura, will you play Mario Hotel Mario, you mean, in Zelda CDI games? I could. Don't test me. I might genuinely play those games. They're gonna be awful. But I'll still play them. Hello Kitty Island? Oh, Hello Kitty Island Adventure? I've been wanting to play that. I had that on Apple Arcade, but I just didn't want to play on Apple Arcade, so I just never did. So. But yeah, no, these are all great suggestions, and feel free to leave them. I'll do a post asking for game suggestions too on all my socials, so if I didn't get to you, like, just leave it there and I'll see it. Yeah, it's drum and bass. I've been kind of into it lately. And then I'm just cracking my neck. Okay. I was gonna do Vaporwave or retro, like, synthwave or something, but synthwave tends, especially like dark synthwave, it tends to be a little noisy, so I thought this would be a little better, a little more static. Mario Wonder would be fun. Super Robot Wars games? I've never heard of those. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I was just trying to find some background music, and I was like, what can I play? Not Vaporwave. I mean, I almost chose Vaporwave, but I thought drum and bass would be cool, and I saw a compilation earlier on my TV that looked fun, so I found it again. Future Funk's good, yeah. I used to be a big fan of artsy music. I think they're still around, but the channel went down for a bit. Artsy music and Future Funk in general is like so good. I'm a big fan. I went to a Future Funk, like, what do I call it? It was like a, not really a show, but like a Future Funk themed club kind of thing in LA a couple years ago. It's called Crystal Nostalgia. I don't think they have them anymore, but it was a lot of fun. There is this Lost Wave song called She's So In Love With Me that got identified. Oh, I got the okay. Artsy music? Oh, rest in peace. Rip. Barack Obama 69. I have a playlist on Spotify with a lot of city pop in it and a lot of Japanese music in general. I linked it somewhere. I can link it again. But I don't know how to, I don't want to pull it up right now because I don't want it to reveal anything like personal on my Spotify account. I don't know how that works, but I can link it like someday, and like I can link it on like Twitter. Have you seen the music video they did for the Most Mysterious Song? I did not. What the heck? Oh, that's cool. I saw the Unplugged session they did on NDR or whatever. Yeah, NDR, right? And that's just such a cool full circle moment since like it was originally heard on there. Why do you make Japanese lost media? What? Why like why do I make? I like Japanese lost media. I don't know. But yeah, no, the most mysterious song on the internet, I think, is like the best possible ending. All the band members were still alive. They all got back together and get to like celebrate and get the attention they deserve for this lost song. I think it's so cool. I'm not sure what you're saying, Donnie-chan. You mean like, do I like Limp Bizkit? I can't recall a Limp Bizkit song offhand, to be honest. Yeah, Fex seem like genuinely such nice people, Red Hoodie. Gosh. And celebrity number 6, that's right. Oh my goodness, I can't believe like that was also found. Those are the two big ones. I was super into both of those searches during like the pandemic, and I'm so glad they're both like concluded now. Yeah, the most mysterious song in Brazil was found too recently. And yes, on ellipses, I'll play Yakuza at some point. I do have Yakuza 0 on my PC. I have the pirate one too, but it's on PS5, so I'd have to like, I have a capture card. It would just be a little bit more of a process, a little more steps. And I know it's on PC. It's just I already bought it, so. You should make a video about the Lost Doraemon show. As far as lost media, do you mean the 1973 Doraemon? I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I am actually going to make some lost media related like short content and like videos and stuff like with the VTuber. That's probably gonna be where I discuss like lost media primarily. Like Sakura Stardust is just gonna have its own vibe, and as far as more direct lost media related things, you're gonna be over here on the VTuber account. Like her whole purpose, or my whole purpose, is to celebrate lost media. And when there's like niche topics and like just things that should be talked about and just have never been talked about, I want to spotlight them all on a certain place, and I think this is a good fit for that. So that's why I kind of themed her around, you know, lost media and retro tech and just like archival and all that. The Lost Phantom Blood movie, yeah, that's an interesting search. That one that's another big one for me too. The Lost Phantom Blood movie. I don't even like I don't even like Phantom Blood that much as like a part, but that movie just looks so fascinating to me based on that like one scene that's been available, like that one single scene of the movie that's been available. I would love to have it found. I've heard leads every now and then, but nothing like has come to fruition, unfortunately. And yeah, it has been done to death, but I'd love to like just, you know, make a short about it at least. Oh, Record 1? I did see that. It's like 1920s, I think, that new Yakuza game. 7 Deadly Streamers, how you doing? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Is that Mallow? Is that a Mallow sticker from Mario RPG? That's so cool. But thank you, I appreciate that. This is, streaming has definitely always been like a bit of a learning process for me, but I'm glad the stream's doing well so well. Well, so far, oh my god, words. Oh, I do know about that, Detective Melon. Fun fact, Hirohiko Araki's first manga is unfortunately lost media. That's correct. I heard about that. And I wanted to talk about it before. And thank you for reminding me, because I actually might talk about it with the VTuber now. On the VTuber account. Give me 1 minute. A Western? I don't recall the details of it specifically. I'm gonna destroy that boy. One Last Wave song you have to check out is I'm Gonna Destroy That Boy. It goes so hard, gang cannot. No, I'm not going to. That name is devious. That name goes. That name is. That's a name for a song. And I'm not sure, like, wasn't that a Western Poker one-shot, the Hirohiko Araki manga? I don't know. But that sounds very interesting if it's, like, a one-shot based around poker. I don't doubt that it's a one-shot. That's very common for big manga creators to make one-shots to try and get recognized and then published with, like, you know, publishers in the manga world. It's a whole thing. And 7 Deadly Streamers. What games will you stream in your digital form? I mean, anything goes, really, as long as I want to play it, if that makes sense. I was talking about Coral Island a little while back, so I'll probably just do a Coral Island stream just because I want to play Coral Island. But there's a lot of other things. I have a lot of games on Steam, and I have console games, so we'll just see what happens. We can play games. I don't know if playing games that are, like, popular right now really matters. Like, I'm just gonna play what I like, in short. But I do really like Yakuza stuff too, so. Coral Island, Yakuza games. Someone mentioned Kirby, Yoshi games. I do like Nintendo. I like my Nintendo games, so we can do that too. Dispatch? I've heard of that. Anyways, we're getting a little off topic, and this won't be a super long stream, by the way. Like, I just wanted to do the debut, reveal the model, reveal the contest winners, and just hang out and talk about Lost Media for a bit. So let's browse the Lost Media subreddit, and then, like, the people who commented Lost Media topics, I'll get to you. I just need to write them down in, like, a list and figure out how I'm gonna do that. Alright. So, transition time. Also, do you like my Firefox, my little Halloween banner on the top? I didn't know, like, Firefox as a web browser did that nowadays, and I saw that. I forgot where I saw it, but it looks so cute, so I downloaded Firefox to be my streaming browser. I have some other themes too. I'll switch them out each stream, but for now we have a spooky season one because I love spooky season. Oh yeah, Ace Attorney, yeah. Someone said Ace Attorney. I was like, oh yeah, let's go Ace Attorney. So yeah, we'll play Ace Attorney at some point too. I'm a big Ace Attorney fan. Alrighty. So let's just browse the Lost Media subreddit for a bit. And then when I can get to the comments some more. I was so overwhelmed with like the contest and picking the winners and editing a long form video, in addition to all the other debut stuff and configuring the stream. So I just kind of forgot to pick out the comments and get them on screen because I have like a format I'm gonna do. So I'm sorry about that. We'll discuss it next stream. I'm still gonna discuss it, so I'll take those, and then I'll make another post after I've discussed like the the topical ones that would make a good discussion. Anyways, something I haven't seen many people talk about is the Nickelodeon show The X's, a cartoon about a family of spies. It used to be preserved on a pirating site, but the site shut down and it became lost media because no one bothered to save the episodes of it. That's unfortunately very common, yeah. Another thing I find so strange is when lost media, when people produce a full season of something and it just never releases. And but yeah, no, that's interesting. I've never heard of that one. Nickelodeon loses everything. Yeah, kinda. Or they just don't archive things well. I don't usually scroll through Reddit. I do every now and then. I'm not a frequent Redditor, but I will scroll through when I just want to like read about some stuff. And the Lost Media subreddit, if you do have a Lost Media topic or something you remember or something you want to discuss that isn't really discussed at all, it's a good place for that. Like if you have a piece of Lost Media that's not on the wiki and people aren't really talking about it and you want more attention on it and just people look into it, this is a great platform for that. The X is on the Internet Archive? Interesting. Yeah, there's that Lost 70s film hymn. Yeah, that's one of the things I probably won't talk about, Majed. Anyways, let's see if there's anything interesting. We can also look at what's been found recently. I've been thinking of maybe talking about, like making a short and being like, here's what's been found this month. Like stuff like that. FNAF animated Vine compilation fully lost. That somebody said lost vines. Are there lost vines? Well, here you go. Apparently this is something that's lost. So there you go. There's a lost something. Anonymous confession app. I kind of remember this. I forgot what it's called though. It was a thing. A lost dub. A Hebrew dub of a Disney kids show. Interesting. It's a lost. That's an interesting discussion. Is a lost media I only care about really lost media? I finally managed to find a guy on eBay who sells a DVD copy of Dracula Day Musical, a Belgian 2005 adaptation of a Czech original from 1995, except for a few music scenes, there's no full recording online. And since DVD's data lifespan could be as low as 20 years in some cases, I'm glad I found it in time. I didn't know that was a thing. That's interesting. I didn't know DVDs could have a lifespan like film reels could like wither away. The thing is, I don't know if that's true by the way, the thing is, except for some people in comment sections under those asking for a full musical, I didn't find anybody else who would actively search for it. It feels to me like this is such an obscure piece of media there isn't any demand for it today. Also, it isn't like that DVD I bought is the last one existing, there must be dozens lying in people's homes. So if there isn't an initiative to upload media online, yet there's a meaningful amount of copies accessible to multiple people, can it still be called lost media? What do you guys think? I feel like this kind of speaks to like, you know, this guy may have been the only person like looking for it, But it's still a piece of media that's somewhat lost and hard to obtain. The first sentence to me, I managed to find a guy on eBay who sells it. It's not like readily available everywhere, which is, you know, I think that counts. Just because it's not super popular and there's not a whole community like trying to find it, I think it still counts. What do you guys think? Fiona and Cake, I think that app was called Whisper. I think it was, but I don't remember. I do remember there being an app like that when I was in high school. Yeah. I would say if it's not readily available to most people, it should still be considered lost. I agree. Like, it's hard to find. Like, it's out there. It is. I think there's different varying levels of loss, of course. Like, there's things that are, like, completely 100% lost, and we're probably never gonna find them. You know, like, and then there's, like, stuff that's out there, but it's still hard to find, and there's a bit of a search. Like this, I finally managed to find someone on eBay. Like, that's still a bit of a search. Like, sometimes lost media will just pop up randomly. Sometimes it takes a bit of effort. But if there's some kind of effort, and if it takes effort to obtain like this, like, then yeah, I would consider that lost. Also, hello Starsart, how are you? Lost media I find the most fascinating is lost media with nothing remaining. No pictures, no audio, no mentions of it, nothing. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Though that's kind of hard to prove, because then that falls into the bracket of existence unconfirmed, where just, there's a lot of people online that just make stuff up. And, when it's something that's, like, made up, and like, people are just, like, kind of like Saki Sanobashi, I guess. Like, yeah, all we really have to go off is that, 1/4chan post. It's tricky, because sometimes it can just be somebody, like, making shit up. It can often be, like, with Jumper, like someone just mentioned Jumper. It can be founded, and it can be something that's, like, in existence somewhere. It's just, like, wherever the heck it is, just like in a basement somewhere, in someone's storage facility. If it's digital lost media, maybe it's like existing on someone's computer, like cached somewhere and just never gonna be open again. Like, it depends. But yeah, if it's like existence unconfirmed, like a good example is Clockman. It was existence unconfirmed. People were like, oh, that sounds interesting, and eventually it did get found. So, you know, it's a really famous piece of lost media. So it really depends. But nowadays, especially with the lost media community, there's a lot of people who make stuff up just for, like, clout. So it really depends. But if it is an undocumented piece of lost media that's, like, just somebody remembers it and there's no documentation anywhere, I think that stuff's so cool. And I think the memories of people holding it together and making sure they keep it alive and finding more people interested in it and eventually, like, archiving it and getting recognition for this, like, media that nobody had heard of or remembered aside from this one person, I think there's something really beautiful about that. Polybius sort of feels like it belongs in the existence unconfirmed category. I agree. I don't know a whole lot about Polybius. I've heard that it's kind of a hoax, right? Like, it could still exist though. Like, that it isn't, like, definitively proven to not exist. We lost the high quality moon landing footage. I didn't know that. Also, there have been a few lost media searches where people aren't remembering something completely and someone finally figures out they meant something that is known. Though that's probably uncommon. You're right. I feel that... sorry, I'm just trying to figure out my words. I feel that that's really common in r/tip of my tongue. I saw somebody trying to find a music video and nobody could figure it out for the longest time. And then I think I forgot the exact post. It's been a while, and I don't know if it's like a popular post or anything. But this woman was her son was singing a song, and he wanted to hear it again, and she couldn't figure out like they were describing the music video too, and they could not figure out what the song was. So they gave the very vague details of like a toddler who had recollected this, and nobody could find it. It was a big search. And they eventually found it, and it was something really common, like a Kelly Clarkson song. So the way it was described made it sound really elusive and odd, but it ended up being something very common and easily accessible. So that was something. So I can definitely see that. R/tip of my tongue is great for those kinds of things. Pink Floyd has a lost song called "Have You Got It Yet?" Yeah, Pink Floyd and the Doors have a lot of lost media from what I've seen, from my time like researching lost media. I think the moon landing, when it was shown on TV, was a TV camera pointed at a TV screen in Australia. We have footage of... Hang on, we have footage of the moon landing, obviously. But NASA overwrote the tape with the high-quality tape. Despite, you know, it being probably one of the most incredible things man has ever done. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Like, no reason to apologize for ranting. I love people ranting about, like, things they're passionate about in this community. Like, feel free to do that. I think that's so interesting. I didn't know, like, my assumption has always been that the quality looks like how it does because, you know, it was in the 60s and, you know, media formats weren't super clear and that is genuinely so interesting to me because I always had the assumption is that that's the best they could do at that point in time. A ton of YouTubers especially have really stopped uploading lost media vids. We really gotta get back to work. You got a point, though I do understand why a lot of people want to do that because sometimes the community can get a bit toxic. And by toxic, I mean like stuff with like, if you're familiar with the Me and My Friends search and like how genuinely awful some of the people like working against people finding that pilot were. Like there can be a lot of very toxic behavior. So I can understand when people want to break from lost media. However, is she malfunctioning? No, I think what you're talking about is, I'm looking over at the chat when I do this. Like, the eyes are moving appropriately, like, I'm looking down, I'm looking up. Like, I'm looking at two different chats at once, so that's probably why you're seeing that. Unless you are thinking of this or this. Like, she can hunch over. That's just the model. But, yeah, no, it was probably just something I was doing, and I was off camera a little bit, so the mocap didn't track me. A search I've been on for like a month is the 2008 Smurfs movie. I don't give a damn about Smurfs. It's such a random thing, but for some reason it's practically impossible to find. I mean, nothing is out there. It's honestly annoying how bad media preservation used to be. Yeah, genuinely. Like, another one is like Slamfest. It's a Nintendo property, and multiple companies are involved in it, but it seems as though none of them have an archive of this fairly large event promoting a fairly large game property, so... Oh yeah, and the Doctor Who stuff, I know about that. They had to reuse the recording tape. A lot of old lost media from, like, Japanese TV is like that, too. Old like, TV stations in Japan during the 60s and 70s, I believe a little into the 80s, though I might be incorrect. They would record over film, and the film would, you know, they wouldn't keep it. They would just record over it because they needed that film. Film was expensive, as far as I recall. Yeah, Scribbles, VT, you're absolutely right. Another thing when I mean toxicity in the community is definitely people who will straight up harass people who may be involved in the production of something. Like calm the hell down. Like, these people, some of these people are older, they don't even understand that there is a lost media community. They don't understand why you are, you know, why they're being spammed about this random thing they made years ago. And sometimes people get genuinely aggressive and awful to these people, and that's another very tricky situation where it definitely needs to be handled appropriately and respectfully. And there shouldn't be a ton of people reaching out to, like, there should definitely be dedicated, like, teams. and there should be somebody who contacts this person respectfully. Like, stuff like that is such a tricky area, and when like the public information, when the information of people who work on this stuff becomes public, like sometimes it can be bad, especially with the popular stuff. A 9-hour cut of Once Upon a Time in America. That's interesting. I don't recall what that movie is, but a 9-hour cut. My goodness. Yeah. Like with Lost Media, I think people need to address it from a very respectful and delicate perspective. Like, treat these topics with care. Treat the people who are involved in making these things with respect. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. And also, just don't be rude. Just don't be rude to others. And Me and My Friends is an excellent example of just what should never be done. Like, not by like the people who were going against the search team. Just, it wasn't good. The people trying to find it and like putting their efforts in, like they worked so hard, and there was like genuinely people going against them and not wanting to find it. People who've had the pilot, the Me and My Friends pilot, and just wouldn't release it because they wanted to mess with the search team. It's a whole thing, and I'm definitely not the expert on this, but just stuff like that is examples of like when Lost Media genuinely, like, when things get really toxic and really bad. Smurfs movie Lost Media. I'm actually intrigued by that now. Hang on. Hold the phone. Shotomate. Smurfs 2008 movie, you say? We're gonna go on the Lost Media wiki. If it's on the wiki, it might not be. Oh, a film trilogy, interesting. Alright. From the creator of The Grinch. Interesting. The Smurfs was a canceled 3D CGI animated trilogy. Comedic epic fantasy movie series developed by Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon that was announced in 2005, and it would have been released starting in 2008 in honor of the comic series' 50th anniversary. And nothing exists of this? That's insane. Yeah, completely lost. Gosh. Oh no, she's crying again. Hang on. Sorry about that. I gotta map the emotes to different buttons. Here, let me also make her a little smaller so we can read this together. Or just kind of move her. There we go. There we are. Alright, where were we? In 1997, Jordan Kerner, an American film producer, sent this first of a series of letters to the Smurfs licensing agent. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I'll attempt it. Lefig, Belgium, expressing interest in making a feature film. Initially, the licensing agent felt protective of giving the film's rights for the Smurfs, as they were connected to what the story producer is going to tell, as they were concerned what story the producer was going to tell, as Kerner has chosen to not reveal it yet. Okay, so he was like, hey, I'm going to reach out to you. I want to make a movie, but I'm just not going to tell you what it's about. And it took until a draft of Kerner's film adaptation of Charlotte's Web, until that adaptation was read by Peyo's heirs in 2002, of which they would accept Kerner's offer. Peyo's daughter, Veronique Colford and family envisioned on making a Smurfs film for some time, and stated that Kerner was the first person to pitch a film that shared their vision and enthusiasm. That is so interesting, considering all the movies they have made in the years since, like the live action one. Wasn't there one with like Katy Perry or something? Didn't she play Smurfette? I've never seen any of these movies. So in July 2005, the trilogy of films were officially announced to be in production, with Paramount tapping Herb Rather, I don't know who any of these people are, to write the script, while Kerner Entertainment's Paul Neeson and Nickelodeon's SVP at the time, Julia Pistor, would execute produce, and Paramount's vice president at the time, Matt Jackson, would shepherd the project, also stating the film was aiming, but not yet scheduled, for a 2008 release date in time for the Smurfs' 50th anniversary. It should be noted that Jordan and Herb, spent time on researching the 80s TV series adaptation extensively, which includes watching all the episodes numerous times, and planned on plugging all the plot holes of the episodes in a trilogy of 3 movies, such as creation of another female Smurf aside from Smurfette, the origins of Smurfs and Gargamel's backstory, for example. I don't know anything about the Smurfs also, by the way. The film trilogy would have been done in the vein of The Princess Bride, Shrek, and The Lord of the Rings. That's an interesting combo, okay. Described to be an animated, heartfelt, comedic take. The trilogy films The Lord of the Rings. I don't think The Lord of the Rings is a comedy, but okay. Like, I guess they mean because they did a trilogy. The trilogy film series was intended to explore the origins of the Smurfs lore. So I guess, like, with the scope of a Lord of the Rings trilogy, but with the humor of Shrek and The Princess Bride. That makes sense. In 2007, IMDb rumored on their site that the first film would be released in theaters on November 28th of 2008. Okay, around the same time as Madagascar 2. However, Paramount, all those people involved with it, never confirmed this info, meaning this could have been a random user's doing, okay? So, yeah, basically, yeah, so it kept getting delayed, I guess, and then we just never heard from it again, is what I'm assuming. Smurfing time. But yeah, no, this is interesting. Yeah, no, you're right. The Smurfs, they just make me so emotional. Like, I can't. These poor Smurfs. Not adapted correctly. Same goes for the Trolls. Those new Trolls movies. I've never seen them, but I'm assuming they're just like, you know. There's a trailer? Nani? During the first quarter 2008, Paramount also released their official site. Let's take a look. El Conquistador. What? Wait, you want me to download Flash? What? Oh, dear. That's a bit... I don't know how to get around that, but, okay, so who was saying there's nothing, like, out for this anymore? Like, there's nothing... There's no information on it anymore. Like, not information. There's no, like, media surrounding it anymore. Let me see. Okay, we got this stuff. Yeah, and we eventually got whatever the heck this is. Like, I've never seen it, but it just looks so uncanny to me. Obscure 2015 reel. An error occurred. Oh my gosh. Come on now. None of that's what I wanted, but okay. Yeah, this is fascinating. So, in June 2008, despite the first film being 60 to 80% complete and the trailer set to release soon, the film's producer would later meet with that guy, chairman and chief executive of Sony Entertainment, who suggested the idea of making it live action, and that's what happened. That's so odd, because the original reason they got rights to make this movie and got the okay is because it was, like, faithful to the cartoon, I guess. So so the trailer never came out. Is that what's happening, or is the trailer lost? Nani? Okay. That is so odd. That is so interesting. Okay. Stars Art says for more info on it, there's a Discord thread. Paramount's 2008 Smurfs film in the LMW Discord server. Interesting. I'll check that out later. The trailer never got released. Okay. So they were just discussing a trailer and what was going to be in it and it just never came out. That is so... That is interesting. So it's so interesting to me, like, when films are produced and there's so much work put into them, they're like, oh, never mind, let's just do something else. Another thing that really frustrates me is when, like, Warner Brothers, when Warner Brothers does the things they've been doing recently, and what's the word? When they just don't, when they write off things for tax reasons, just don't release them. Like, the stuff like that is so frustrating. Like, all these people were involved in this movie, all this effort, and nothing ever came out of it, really. Yeah, rest in peace, Batgirl, like, stuff like that. But that is so interesting. Godzilla has lost media similar to Slamfest, where they had the Suits actor doing performances. Several are lost, but I think the most iconic one was a 1970 stage show where he fought his box office rival Gamera. I think I talked about this many, many moons ago in, like, my very first Japanese lost media video. Let me take a peek. I was gonna type in Godzilla. Kaiju Lost Media and Godzilla Lost Media in itself, there's so much of it. Something I always get recommended, or not recommended, but suggested, like, I cover, has been, kaiju stuff. Like, see, there's so much of it. Oh yeah. That someone just mentioned that Rugrats CGI series. That was something. That I didn't know that had, like, lost media attached to that. There's so much new lost media. That's another topic I should discuss. Like, I want to make, like, content with my VTuber related to lost media. And one that would be kind of cool was, like, most recent lost media, things that have recently become lost, like the Rugrats pilot, and not pilot. Why did I just say pilot by default because there's so many lost pilots. The Rugrats season 2, like what they were just saying, like that's apparently lost now. But yeah, there's so many lost John Belushi skip bumpers for kaiju film. What the heck? There's so much Godzilla lost media though, and kaiju in general. I get a lot of suggestions, but I'm just, as far as, like, my main channel, Sakura Stardust, I am not a kaiju expert, so I just never covered it. I might on here though, because, like, I want this channel to be more for, like, just lost media in general and just going ham and talking about everything. So we might do it here. Another one is Vocaloid lost media. I know interface is a huge, like, lost media topic nowadays, and I love to talk about that. Hello, Sakura. I'm new to your Twitch live stream. I'm pretty sure you know me. Cali Protector. I'm sorry, that doesn't ring a bell. I'm sure we talked at some point. I just don't know. I'm sorry. I get so many. I'm not good with, like, keeping track of, like, all the interactions I've had. Is there any Ultraman lost media? Probably. Let's check. I'm almost certain there's gotta be. Yep, there we go. There's quite a bit. Yeah, Ultraman Tiga, that's one I've had a lot. I've had suggested to me a lot when I was like, Lost Dubs is another thing people suggest to me, and I'll probably cover Lost Dubs more so in a video on Sakura Star VTuber. But Ultraman Tiga, it's a Lost 4 Kids dub of a Ultraman series that just never released, I believe, and that's another one that's very. The Lost Dubs are, they can either be super interesting or there's not really much to them aside from they dubbed them in English and they're just lost. Um, but there's a lot of them that do have some interesting elements to them. I can share my favorite one right now. Before I get too off topic, though, it looks like there is a lot of Ultraman lost media. Lost English dub pilot of an anime. Ultraman Tiga, there it is again. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a bit. But on the topic of lost dubs, they can either be like a kind of a nothing burger as far as what's going on with them. There's not really, you can't really search for them either, because if they were unreleased, then they're probably just sitting somewhere. But if they did air, like this one, there's a chance to find it on your own. This one I talked about in a video on Lost Dubs like 4 years ago, I want to say. Oh, Callie Protector. I'm one of your recent subscribers from YouTube. Um, I'll have to go back and check, Callie. I'm sorry. But thank you so much for joining the stream. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, let's see. So Albert and Sydney. This one's probably my favorite Lost Dub topic. If anyone like is fascinated by Lost Dubs, this is essentially an English dub of Doraemon that was done in Canada by Sinar in the 80s, and it was intended originally for English audiences in America. It was going to be on TBS, or it was pitched to TBS. TBS just never picked it up. They were like, no, it's fine. We don't want it. Like, I don't know what happened. I guess it was probably just too Japanese and they couldn't really localize it very well. And back then, okay, that's paused. Back then, things had to be super localized, like Robotech. Robotech is Macross and another anime, but they really, really Americanized it to be like palatable for American TV, I guess. Albert and Sydney was like their attempt to do that, but they it just never got picked up. It didn't get picked up in America though. See, it did actually get picked up in, let me see, I believe it was Barbados of all places. So let me see. And there have been they contacted the CBC about it, which like I believe is Canada's archive for the dub, and I believe there is like laws in place so media doesn't become lost in Canada, but it's been removed from the archive, so there wasn't really much going on there. But I believe it did air in Barbados, if I'm correct. Let me find it. Trying to scan this. Yeah, yeah, so Barbados. In 2004, there was this. Not this. A dog treadmill, though. That's incredibly niche suggestion. So there's this old thread. And they were talking about Doraemon, I believe. Where is it? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what they were talking about exactly, but this person was like, I was wondering if anyone had ever seen an English version of the Doraemon series that was named Albert and Sydney. I can remember the theme song went something like this. It's like, look, a propeller on top of your hat, Albert and Sydney, a boy and his cat. And like they had the whole opening, And it's one of those things where like this is the only person that recalled it. That was it. And I think it was in English, not only in the not only in the language, but also in the sense that it came from England. So I'm not too sure if any Americans would know about it. It used to show around the 80s, but I can't remember much else since I used to watch it as a child. One thing I do remember that always struck me as odd was that even though the audio was in English, all the text in the cartoon itself were in Japanese. Just wondering if anyone had any info on this, because it seems whenever I mention the series, no one has a clue what I'm talking about. So yeah, a lot of people are like, no, I don't know what this is. Weird. But then this person was like, I grew up in Barbados and used to watch Albert and Sydney on Saturday mornings. Funny, we were just having a discussion here in the office and I brought it up and no one knew what I was talking about. At least I'm not going crazy. I live in Barbados too, and I can still remember Albert and Sydney. Used to watch it on Saturdays between late 80s and early 90s. So yeah, it was this thing that not many people remembered. I believe there was one thread that predated this, if I recall, actually. There was somebody who randomly mentioned it. Like in a random, it was like some random thread, and somebody's like, oh, that's like Albert and Sydney. And then people are like, what? And then this one came about, I believe, if I recall. But essentially, it was this weird Doraemon dub nobody had heard of aside from people in Barbados. It was in English, and people started looking for it. And what's interesting, and which one was Albert and which one was Sydney, I honestly don't know. I'm assuming Sydney's the cat, Sydney's Doraemon. But yeah. So I was reading into this during like the COVID, and that's what kind of like the discovery of like actual footage from this is what actually like drew my attention to it. So yeah, somebody made a hoax about it when people started getting more attention on saying like, oh, I have this thing, but it ended up not being real. However, in February of 2020, they found this guy who had made music for this dub. And he actually had it like on a tape to like show his work. And so yeah, he had music from the show and it like a super cut of the show just to show what he had worked on. And he uploaded it, like he said in February of 2020. He's like, oh, I have it. And people waited. And then in September of 2020, he actually released it, showing that this is something that in fact exists. And that, I believe, is this. Let me make sure the sound's on. Yeah. Let's not make it too loud. And it matches the lyrics that one guy on that one thread said.
Hey, all the buildings in town.
All mixed up though.
We got a place to play!
Hello, Ryan Guzman. How are you? So yeah, it goes on for a while.
You're lazy and spoiled, Sydney. You don't know what hardship is. You've never had to struggle. To appreciate the best things in life, you have to fight for them through thick and thin. Look at me, for instance.
And yeah, it's Doraemon in English.
Overcoming obstacles. My ancestors were noble samurai
Very
who
much.
welcomed any kind of adversity.
Very much an old dub from like that era.
What do you mean?
They always chose the hard path, against the strongest wind.
Why do that?
What you really fight.
So yeah, it goes on for a while. We won't go through the whole thing, but this is probably the most interesting.
Everybody. Greetings from Brazil, Ricky.
The most interesting piece of like the most interesting lost dub to me personally. And happy birthday, Ryan. I hope you have a good day. I'm glad you could make it. But yeah, like this one, like lost dubs can be either super interesting or like just whatever. Like there's a lot of Animax dubs, and I believe Animax is a channel that aired anime in like Asia, like parts of Asia, and they were all English dubs. Like a lot of them were English dubs. And there happens to be a ton of Animax dubs. Like there's a lot of lost Animax dubs. Like there's an Urusei Yatsura English dub. I believe that one's still lost. I think Animax, or it might have been Cartoon Network, like in Malaysia or something, is where that, there's a My Melody anime that had an English dub, and that's also lost. But yeah, there's a lot of Animax dubs that are just, you know, not here anymore. Itaden Jump's another interesting one. That was on Cartoon Network, but it just aired at such an awful time slot in like the early morning that nobody remembers it. It wasn't really archived much. But I did, somebody did come into contact with me a few years back and found like an episode of it, I believe. Are you streaming on the 26th? Because that's my birthday. October babies say, hey, hey. My birthday is October 8th, so I feel that. I just celebrated my birthday. But Sakura's birthday is in April because cherry blossoms. Animax is a huge cable channel in the Philippines here. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. What day is the 26th? I don't know, actually. I do want to stream most of the time. Well, not most of the time, but, like, fairly regularly. Let me take a peek at a calendar. I might. Yeah, that's a Sunday. I might. We'll see. No promises. It just really depends. I'll make a schedule for like what days I'm streaming, and I'll just go live on those days. But I will stream somewhat frequently. But yeah, no, lots of Animax dubs. Alright guys, I think I've been streaming for almost 3 hours now. I should probably get started on planning my upcoming streams. And also the stuff surrounding, like, what lost media we should discuss. I should have some more structure. So I'm probably gonna head out now. I also have a bit of a headache. I didn't sleep well, and I've been so busy planning this debut. But with that said, I really hope you guys enjoy being here and hanging out with me. And, you know, joining the debut. I'll stream somewhat regularly on Twitch and YouTube. So whatever you prefer is, you know, whatever's good, whatever will be good. The Twitch chat will probably be the one on screen most of the time, though, just so you know. And, oh gosh, I haven't seen any super chats or anything. I will go back and check real quick. I don't believe there have been any. Or I would see. I have it up. I have, YouTube up on another screen to be safe. But yeah, I'm gonna get some rest now. I've been so hard at work. I've been like running on fumes this past couple days. I am so happy that the stream went well and that you guys enjoyed it and you liked the model. And congratulations to the winners of the contest. I will post those publicly on my socials, so everyone who didn't see it will see it. And I will reach out to them personally as well for the prizes. And yeah, I will announce it on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, so you guys will all know. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have been so sweet. Not gonna lie, I have awful social anxiety and I've just been super nervous, but you guys are so sweet and you made this stream like so memorable and so fun, and I'm super excited to stream some more and, you know, get more used to streaming and do more streams. So yeah. You guys are awesome. Thank you, everyone. You're very sweet. Thank you for joining me. And I'm going to have some more, like, I'm going to have some short form content related to Lost Media topics in themselves. So look out for those on the YouTube channel. And I've never been anyone who has used TikTok ever, like, ever, but I may have to make a TikTok now to, like, you know, promote the VTuber thing. So you know, if you have that, look out for that, and I'll probably post whatever I post to Instagram and YouTube Shorts to TikTok as well, just to promote the channel and just talk about Lost Media and spread the word on Lost Media, and, you know, have positive and chill discussion surrounding Lost Media. So look forward to that. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Jay Waldubombs the Third. Red Hoodie, thank you very much. You guys are wonderful. Record One, thank you. I am glad you guys liked the debut stream. Sapphire, thank you. Callie, I believe, was the other person, the new subscriber. Thank you. Welcome aboard to Sokka to Stardust. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Emma Jed, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. I love you all. And I'll see you in the next stream. Oh, by the way, if you follow my main channel, I have another long-form video coming out pretty soon. That is Tech and Trends of Y2K Japan. And that will be out, I'm hoping, by next weekend. It's a very long video. And I've been editing that myself. I've been learning Premiere Pro. It's been cool. But don't worry, I have long-form content coming out too on the main channel. This is just a side quest, a little side channel stream thing. A side presence. There's a more professional way to say that, for me to talk about Lost Media and just be more involved in the community and talk about things I love, things I really love researching and digging into. But yeah, that's all. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye bye. Hello. Yeah, is it? What the heck? Hang on, I thought I stopped it.